rated GE. It is suitable for general family viewing.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of The Grind with me, Beatrice Njeri. They say the only thing better than a street bike is a woman riding one. And this week we had to Trace Bikes and we meet one amazing lady who deals with bikes. I mean, it's bikes, bikes and more bikes. We're going to let her introduce herself and let us learn more about this amazing industry. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Please introduce yourself to us and tell us what you do.
I'm flattered, by the way.
Our pleasure.
My name is Beatrice Njeri, but most of my friends call me Trace. It's a short form of Beatrice. And I am 23 years old and I race. I have won championships against men. Second runners up. I've never really got into the first because of this other teammate of mine, but hey, I hope one day he won't make for the race so that I can win.
Yeah, you'll win it, definitely.
And I started the business and I deal with bikes. I have a training school and I'm just in the biking business.
The biking business, not a lot of women are in this industry. Why did you decide the biking industry?
I don't know. It started. I didn't think about it as a business at first. It's just something I wanted to be part of, riding. Yeah. And 4 years ago, I decided to, follow the thing, and here I am.
It's like a calling.
Yeah, it's a calling.
Oh,
yeah.
You can be called to ride bikes. Yeah. Evidence. And how did you get to start Trace Bikes?
First, I was a salesperson at. I've worked in many garages and and many dealerships.
Yeah.
Okay, only one dealership actually. So the first job I got was as a spanner girl in a garage.
A spanner girl, basically.
In a bike garage. That was like 3 years ago, and then slowly I worked in a apparel shop.
Yeah. What's apparel?
Apparel is a shop where they sell gear, helmets and stuff. We weren't really dealing with bikes. We were just selling gear and teaching kids how to ride.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years down the line, when Beth Mobility started, I became their salesperson. So I've been selling bikes for them, and I decided to open my dealership selling their bikes.
And when you have these bikes, what is the difference between the bikes that you can see here and the motorbikes that you have outside there?
First, they are more powerful and they look different. You want me to get started with the categories of bikes?
You can.
Well, just like there are different categories of cars. There is sedans, there is SUV, there is vans. I don't know anything. I don't know much about cars. But when it comes to biking now, we have the sport bike, we have the street bikes. You have the street bikes, you have the off-road bikes, and you have the dual purpose.
Okay.
So under the street bikes now we have the sport bikes, we have the nakeds, we have the cruisers.
Okay.
And then under the off-road we have now the motocross bikes, trail bikes, so on and so forth. Yeah. So there's a difference now. The bikes that we see outside, they're just utility bikes. Yeah. Simple bikes to be used as taxis.
Yes.
So this is more of a private. Okay, you can carry a passenger. We're introducing bikes that can be used for utility and delivery. And
street bikes that can be used for utility and delivery.
Like the one behind you can be used for delivery. But it's now more powerful than what we see outside. So most bikes that we see outside are below 150 cc's.
And these ones are
and now from 180 cc's going all the way to 650.
So meaning even the speed can be a bit higher.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. It's kind of, you move with the thrill.
Yes, and I think it's much safer going faster.
Wow, much safer going faster. That's a new one.
Yeah.
So as a lady in this industry, has it been hard for you to penetrate? Do men always take cover of where you are, or you've been able to stand out as a lady?
So like I said, when I was working in the garage, I just started growing the interest, and I just wanted to stand out because now I am very knowledgeable, and at this point in time, after racing, after working in those places, there's no difference between me and a man. Not physical, like what I know and what a man knows. I'm like, we can have a conversation about bikes. And funny fact is, people believe women more. So if I tell you this bike can do, okay, I don't do that. But
because we say a car, it was lady owned.
It was lady owned. You trust me when I tell you this bike is good for you.
Yeah. And as a person who sells bikes, how are you able to convince someone when they come and tell you, I need a bike? Do you describe one for them, or do you let them tell you what they want?
The first question is, what do you want to do with the bike? Because different bikes have different purposes.
Yes.
So if you tell me, no, I'm just looking for something to commute, well, if it's a commute bike, then the next question would be, where do you live? Because if you live along Thika Road, okay, and if you live in Thika, there's a bike for you. You can't just buy a small bike because you'll be doing mostly highways. So I'll just advise you along those lines. If you live in places where there are no roads, I'll also advise you on which bike to commute with.
But with the bikes that I see here right now, they're those bikes that they use in is it rails, mountain rails or hill rails that they use to race? What is the difference between those bikes and these bikes that I see here? Are they the same?
No, not really. You see, the bikes that can do off-road and extreme, bad terrain, they have to have bigger wheels, because we are imagining they'll have to go over the rocks. So you check the rim size, it has to be like something 18, 20, 20 something, 21. So it has to be a bigger rim. If you take these small rims are mostly for the street. So they are always different. Just like you can't get a sedan and then you get an SUV to go to,
the different areas. Well, you've said you also have a riding school. Tell me about that.
So we normally do training. We teach people, complete beginners. We haven't gotten into the advanced training. We do complete beginners and refresher courses.
For a beginner, someone who's never been on a bike before.
Yes, but there's only one condition. You have to be on a bicycle, because there's no way you can ride a bike without having ridden a bicycle before.
Understand that part.
I get people who are like, I missed my childhood bicycle training. So you have to go through that before you sign up for our classes.
How much do you charge when it comes to beginner courses?
So we have different packages. There is one called Ultimate Biker, where someone wants to go all the way to, getting a license and being a motorcyclist, get a bike on his or her own. That one is going for 15,999. And then we have the noob. So noob is basically for someone who is not sure if the road is for him or her. So they just want to see if riding is fun and is it really for me. So that one is 7,500. So the noob can be either you can do it as a refresher, or you can do it just to see what riding is all about, and if you really want to ride outside the field.
Do you get to take these people out on the road to get the feel of it?
Yes, on the Ultimate Biker, that's a whole package where we take you on the road. But for the noob, until you decide if you want to go on the road, because one of the things that you need to be on the road safely is the psychological preparedness of the road. So if you're freaking out, there's no way.
You agree?
Okay, you freak out, but if you really don't want to go on the road, you just take the noob, and then if you feel like you're comfortable and you're enjoying riding, and take you on the road by topping up the extra cash for the Ultimate Biker.
Oh, interesting. So when you say a beginner course, what do I need when I come and tell you I'm buying a bike? What does that package come with?
So for classes, or
even as a rider, after my classes, now I want to start riding as a person outside.
So now we are assuming you've already gotten your license. Then I advise you which bike you should get. After that, you now get the gear, the full gear, and then you get your motorcycle insurance, a comprehensive one. I advise people to get comprehensive insurance, and you're good to go. I'll add you in the group so that you can start riding in the community with other people, and
When you talk about the gear, what do you have in that gear kit?
So we have a helmet, jacket, gloves, knee guards, and riding boots.
Are there specific kinds that you actually advise people to get?
Not really. I just tell people, if you're getting a helmet, make sure it is certified. It can either be DOT certified, EC certified, or SNEL certified. So those are 3 certifications for helmet. Basically,
but what do you mean when you say certified?
It means the helmet has been tested, it's been dropped, it's been exposed to very high pressure, and they've discovered it cannot break.
Okay.
Yeah, so we sell that. There are a lot of helmets that go around, the yellow ones. Those ones basically break when I just snap them like this.
The one that we use on the motorbike?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. When you've talked about also getting the license.
Yeah.
Tell me, what license is this that one needs to get?
There's an A2 motorcycle license. We will help you through that process because we are a riding school. It's basically, people say, I have a license already, I can ride a bike. No, you need actually to be, certified that you can ride a motorbike.
You see how when in driving school, some schools get a police officer to check if you're okay?
Yes.
Does that still the same happens to when it comes to motorcycle?
Yes. So when you do the test booking, you go to NTSA, they give you a test, you'll be tested by a traffic police, how you ride and all. And then if you pass the test, you can go ahead and get your license. If you fail, you rebook your test.
You rebook, you have to go back?
You have to go back to school and, but most of my students have never really
Girl
failed.
power.
Yeah.
Has it ever gotten to a point that you've taught someone, but they were not given their license, they're told you're not yet compatible, to get a license?
No.
All you people have gone through.
Yeah.
She's a good teacher. So when we've talked about the gear, and I've seen some that you have here.
Yeah.
What certification do these have?
These ones have EC and DOT. So EC is European, and DOT is American Department of Transportation. DOT.
And how do you price your gears?
So a good helmet should be going between 10,000 all the way.
No matter where you're buying it.
Yeah. I mean, you see, I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around getting a 2K helmet that is certified.
It's not real.
It's not real. It's either Indian certified JSI. I'm not talking about Indians, but people have different certification, and they just advise people to get either ECE, DOT, or SNEL. Yeah. And those ones, they range from 10K and above.
Wow. I'm getting to learn new things by the minute about bikes, and more bikes. We'll be back with Beatrice, and she'll be able to tell us more about this amazing industry where she is succeeding as a lady. We'll be right back.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories. Every plant or animal has a story, and so does every farmer. It could be a day or a year of hard work, heavy rainfall, or a season of... Wait a minute. Hold up. What's happening? Anyway, as we were saying, or a season of drought, bountiful harvest, or growing losses, overwhelmed with a delicate task to feed the nation. This and every Sunday at 7:30 p.m., Kilimo Diaries tells you a farmer's story.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
We are back on the grind, and we are talking to Beatrice. She's telling us more about bikes. And before we went on a break, she told us how one can get a bike. And even as she tells us that, I want to ask her one good question. What is the price of a bike dependent on?
First, we check the features. there are bikes that have the EFI and others that have, I can go a bit technical. So some bikes have the computerized, and some of them are, just the basic bike.
Computerized?
Yeah. I don't mean that the bike we ride itself.
Yeah.
I mean that technology is not here yet.
Yeah.
But what I mean is it has a computer, and the EFI can communicate how much fuel you need, and it can do most things for you.
Yeah.
Unlike the mechanical bikes, which are basically basic. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, the CCs, how powerful the bike is. So the more the engine capacity, the more the price. And also the brand and where you're getting the bike from.
So there are different brands.
Yeah.
Do you export your bikes?
We do get them from China.
Yeah.
And then we come here and distribute them.
When you get them, what brand do you go for?
So we deal with CF Moto, Zontes, and SYM.
So when one gets a bike, how do you maintain them? Or even you as Beatrice, how do you maintain the bikes that you have?
So we have a service center. When you get a bike from us, we advise you when you should come for your first service. And since they're new bikes, there are not a lot of issues unless you had an accident. That's when you need to change maybe a headlight, etc. But basic maintenance, you just come here and we'll help you. And also part of our training, when you go for the ultimate biker, you are taught basic stuff you can check on your bike.
By yourself at home?
By yourself, yeah.
Which are the most basic ways that one can take care of the bikes while at home?
You just cover it. You ride it often, of course. Otherwise, if you park your bike for so long, the battery drains, and then you have to replace your battery or jumpstart the bike, etc. You always check your pressure before every ride. It's okay, not every, but at least once in every 2 days, you check your pressure, see how, if you have a puncture or something. That's it. Just take care of your bike and ride it. And just you should be the only one who's riding it. That's how I advise people, because if you give someone your bike, they don't take care of it as you would have.
So you advise people use your bike by yourself? Do not share your bikes, you'll spoil your bike.
It's actually it's just don't borrow my bike.
Do not borrow her bike. You've been in the industry for what, 4 years now?
5. This is my 5th year.
How do you market yourself?
I have social media. Everyone has Instagram nowadays. And also I race. So from the racing and everything that's happening, that's how I market myself. But mostly it's referrals from my existing clients.
They've mostly built you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how do you deal? I know a lot of people are coming up even with the ideas of selling bikes. How do you deal with competition?
I don't know. I know what I have, and I know what I have is great. And you'd make the biggest mistake not buying the bike from us, because we are a community, and I actually give a shit about you. If you buy a bike anywhere else, they're just there to sell for you. Just buy the bike and adios.
Wow. And you're done.
So I like having a relationship with my clients. So even when they buy a bike, I'll just call them up once in a while, ask them if they're available for a ride this weekend. We go ride together. Such things.
Is this how you've created those WhatsApp groups?
Yes, we have those. We have a women WhatsApp group. That's not my creation, but the clients who I sell bikes to, I add them in a group and we communicate rides from there. And it's a community. If they have a question with the bike or if there's something wrong with the bike, I can advise them from there. Like, hi Tris, my bike is not starting off. What could be the issue? And then I just advise them. They don't feel like I am far and I'm a dealer and he's, so I try to be involved.
So it's basically like keeping tabs.
And also building a community around.
With those 5 years in line, what are some of the challenges and risks that you faced?
Well, one, death. Biking is dangerous. You just need to be more careful. There are crazy drivers on the road. I'm lucky enough not to have as many accidents. It's just one accident that I've had. It wasn't bad because clearly I'm not
Yeah, you do not have any problem.
Yes. It's a risky thing, and all you have to do is to be careful. I will never tell someone that riding is not dangerous. It is. You just have to be more vigilant than how you would drive, because bikes are, people are not really looking out for you. When a driver is on the highway and he is driving, he's not thinking about a bike, he's thinking about another car. So you have to know that and be more careful.
Will you say that is the biggest risk that you as riders have?
Yeah, that's the biggest risk. And being in this country doesn't make it any better.
Well, we've not made it conducive
for riders. But it's fine. I mean, you create badass bikers when when you have to ride in Nairobi, then I don't think there's nothing you can conquer everything.
When you ride in Nairobi, you can conquer anything. Do you think the government has helped bike riders or even bike sellers in a way to excel in this sport?
Yes, it has, because now we have many Boda guys coming up, and that's the only way someone who maybe did not finish school can just start their own business. They can go, our financing plans can also finance your classes. So if you really don't have any cash, we finance your classes and we finance your motorbike. So that way you can always start your own biashara. So that's a good thing.
That is quite interesting. And as a bike owner and a bike seller, what is the process of getting the license to have the ability to sell bikes?
It's basically you have to be in good lines with Kanjo, get your licenses, get your fire thing. It's not much,
It's not as a hustle, it's just like a kawaida business.
Just like a kawaida business. The problem is now if you want to be in the business of importing bikes and, assembling them here, now that's another process on its own. But dealing, you just look for a dealer who you trust their brand, and you just start.
So you've talked about assembling. There are people who assemble their bikes here. Like part by part, or that is quite wow. Do you do that?
Yes, the company I get the bikes from, Beth Mobility, they're assemblers. So we bring in the bikes and we assemble them here.
You as Beatrice, do you assemble?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just sell them once they've been put together?
Yes.
What advice would you give for someone who wants to start this kind of business?
First, any kind of business, just start. Don't overthink anything. Don't be like, I don't know. Just start. Don't overthink. Just start.
Just
start. When I opened this shop, it was just a hole. Like there was nothing, So you just have to start from somewhere, and then every week, every month, you keep on building a few things. You add stock, you buy more bikes. If this shop started with like 8 bikes, now at least you can get to 10 to 15 turnover, like 7 bikes a week, like that. So you just have to start.
How many bikes would you say you sell in a week or something?
7.
7 in a week?
We sell, at least we try as much as possible to sell the big bikes, 1 bike per day. But of course our mother company sells way more than that.
Wow, that is quite interesting. So selling that's like 1 bike a day. 7 so basically a month you sell like.
We try and target to sell 30 bikes a month. That's our target, but I know we can hit more than that.
You live by the target. This is good business idea. Live by your target. Make sure you get to it. And what is that one word that Beatrice lives by?
God, that got me off guard.
What will you say in the morning I wake up and tell myself this, then go to work? For most people it's YOLO. You only live once.
Oh really? Let me think. What do I... The fact that I have to think, it means I don't have anything.
But at least you keep going.
I just wake up and sometimes you feel so lazy, you don't want to go to work. But you force yourself, give yourself 15 minutes in the job, and you find yourself just doing it.
You find yourself just continuing to work.
Just jumpstart yourself. You have to.
You have no other.
People might think, it's bike, it's fun, but work can be work.
Yeah. And as we wind up, what is that milestone that you will say Beatrice has achieved with Trace Bike?
Let me tell you, it's just going to get better. Then the milestone is coming very soon.
We are not yet there.
We are almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe make sure you come back again in November.
We will come back. We will come back. Thank you so much, Beatrice, for your time and telling us more about bikes. I have learned quite a lot. I only knew about speed bikes, but oh well. Today I've learned a lot about bikes and I'm quite happy about that. And I hope that you've learned a lot too. Join us next time as we ride into another business, another entrepreneur. This has been The Grind with me, Beatrice Njeri. Till next week, bye-bye.